Hello and welcome. So we're going to continue working on our Nicho, but today we're going to be talking about materials. So there's three main materials that you can use to create the designs or patterns on your Nicho, but you're not limited to these. For this project, I'm going to be focusing on acrylic paint, which was left over from your last project, tissue paper, and collage. If you have other things at home or materials that you would like to use, you are more than welcome to do that. So the first thing is paint. You guys received some paint for the last project. You're going to use that for this project too. So if you need a refill, please just let me know. Remember, these Nicho boxes are bright. They're joyous. They're happy. So when you guys are painting your design, you want to make sure that you are getting solid block colors, bright colors. If you need more intensity, you can always mix a color with white to make it seem brighter, and always be conscious of the colors you're pairing beside each other. So I'm cleaning all the ink off of my brush and getting that nice clean section. You can use any of the techniques that you used or learned for your mural project while painting. If you go a little over the edge, it's not as big of a deal because we are going to be cutting these out. And that's going to be what and how we attach. So keep in mind there is a little space for error. And of course, that's painting. So if you're going to do that, take your time, take care of your materials, have fun. Now, the next thing you can do is tissue paper. And what's really cool with tissue paper, you guys got an entire container of different colors, is you can actually layer this, creating an intensity. You can cut out small designs, and you can even create a little bit of a texture. Now, I'll be showing you the texture for inside of the box. So for right now, I'm going to show you just regular. So when you cut out a piece of tissue paper, what's really cool is tissue paper is kind of sheer. So if you lay it over your design, look at how you can actually see your pencil through it and cut out that perfect piece. But then you need to attach that piece. So it's really hard to attach with just Elmer's glue. So if you have a junk container and a junk paintbrush, what you can do is you can take a little bit of Elmer's glue and add it to warm water, and you've essentially made homemade Mod Podge, which is going to be really nice with our piece. You can even do a little tissue paper painting, because some of the color is going to come off, but not a lot. Now, when this glue dries, it's going to ruin your container and it's going to ruin your brush. So please only use junk containers. So I'm going to take a little bit of that water and glue. Now, I have a lot of water in mine because I want to make sure that I can get my piece flat. My page is absorbing it quite nicely. This is tag board. It's not going to hurt with a little bit of that moisture on it. And I want to line up my piece. Now, tissue paper, when it clings, it clings. Look at that. So I'm also now going to use my fingers to smooth this out, but I'm going to take my brush and do the same thing. And this is going to not only give it a shiny look on top, but it will smooth out all of your wrinkles. Make sure you get a little bit more glue. Come back in. So you can really control what this looks like. And again, you can let this dry and add more to it, or have a nicely saturated area. It almost looks like watercolor, which is really fun. You can even paint first and layer over top. So if I come down here, look at how we get a little bit of sheerness and some of smearing from that blue. But you can combine any of the materials. If you are unsure how you want to use your material, I highly suggest that you test it out in your sketchbook first before you start working straight onto your piece. Now for my actual piece, let me show you something real quick. My color scheme for my actual piece is yellow, pink, and blue. So those are the colors that I have of magazine cutouts, but I did want to show you what it looks like to layer tissue paper so you can actually see all of those shapes and the colors behind it. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors stacked on top of each other. So you can have a lot of fun with this. And look, it's still bright, it's still bold, and it's still clean. So don't be afraid to layer. And that brings us to our last material, which is collaging. Now I went through the magazine that I got in my bag and I started pulling out some of the colors that I wanted to use. So if we are looking at, let's do my corals and pinks. You can see that even though there's writing on the page, I started just pulling out colors that fit what I want to do. Now, when you choose to collage, you can cut out words if you'd like. You can cut out letters. You can cut out items. Maybe your entire wings are made out of one item that you find in a magazine. That is your choice. Now, the great thing about collage is you can use it just for the color sections, or you can use it to accent. So when I go to actually make mine, I'm going to cut out these little flowers. And I want to make sure that I cut them out clean. I have my scissors. Ooh, let's do this whole little yellow spot here. And again, when we talk about layering our materials, you can paint first. You can tissue paper first. You can even put a collage background first. But you just want to keep in mind how you're going to use it and if that layering is going to help, where you can use it. So just cut out a little one using my same glue water mixture. I could attach this up at the top. Remember, you want your glue mixture to be almost milky in color. It should not be clear, otherwise you don't have enough glue. And look at now how you can actually start layering all of your stuff. So again, when in doubt, please use your sketchbook to test your materials. And we're focusing on 3 major materials: paint, magazine collage, and tissue paper. If you have any questions, send me a message. Bye.